So guys, here we go again. In Kenya, another Chinese business refusing services to black people. And this is not the first, second, or third time this is happening. So it's not a coincidence or it's not by accident. It is being purposely done in these countries, discriminating against black people. So take a look at this video, and we're gonna see what the workers are talking and the news to the reporters about the same issue. Take a listen. Boom.
It is a go-slow by a group of employees at Chongqing Chinese restaurant along Galana Road in Kilimani area who have left their workstations to decry an injustice they say has gone on for far too long, one they want to give a voice to, even if it comes at a cost. It is allegedly an open secret, at least one shared by this group of employees who say that more often than not, they are forced to relay an unwritten rule here. No African guests are allowed at the restaurant after 5 p.m.
Some of the times when I am serving a client on their table and the order is clear that Africans are not allowed to be in the restaurant past 5, then I'll just have to tell them that you're not allowed in. So they'll ask me, why do you say that? Why didn't you tell us that thing early? What I will do, I'll just try to explain to the customer so that he or she doesn't get that annoyed. But at long last, he or she will have to leave. If she's an African, and she's accompanied by a European or a Chinese, she can come in.
But even as the allegations of racism continue to be made against the management, it is emerging that the restaurant does not have an operating license. The owner was on Monday accused of operating a restaurant without a license and was bonded for 50,000 shillings. And it seems the management is not only accused of racism by its own employees, but also of exploitation.
I've been working here for 4 years, you see, and my NSSF and NHIF, they've been deducting it monthly, but it does not reflect in my account.
So there you have it. You have the workers themselves telling you they have to tell their own people, their own kind. After 5 p.m., you're not welcome here. You have to finish eat before 5. And if you want to come back in this restaurant after 5 p.m., you have to return with European, Indian, or a Chinese. So they accept every other race except us after 5 p.m. And we have to be accompanied by one of these people to even enter their space. And this is so mind-boggling to me that you left from China, you come into an African country where 95% or 98% of the citizens are black, and you're telling these said people they're not allowed in your restaurant after 5 p.m. And they always use the same excuse, oh, because of theft in 2013. We're in 2024, that's 11 years ago. But you're holding, even if that did happen, and I doubt it did, you're holding a whole country hostage to what one person did to the restaurant. One person, you say the whole country like that. So they would. It's ridiculous. But yet, there's report that there's a politician went there, the Minister of Tourism and the Ministry of Education went. They was allowed in. But why? Because they're high profile, so they cannot make it look like as if they are not allowing black people. So they accepted these politicians after 5 in the night, and and as the workers is saying, they're not only discriminating against them, they're also robbing them because they are mistreating they are paying them less. And again, this is so mind-boggling to me. Why did it take 4 years for these workers to come forward and talk about this? It shouldn't even have been 6 months. It should most less 4 years. You've been working there 4 years, telling your own citizens they cannot come into this restaurant, this business to eat. Say something earlier, make it be known loud. Don't wait until 4 years gone by till something happened big that you're not gonna come out and say yes, this is what we were told to do. But take a look at this another video where some other Kenyans destroy this restaurant. Take a look.
Angry youth chanting slogans and waving placards condemning racism.
One Kenya, no racism. One Kenya, no racism.
These were the scenes today before things fell apart. They first marched to the Chinese restaurant in Kilimani, mission to vent out their frustrations against the restaurant's policy of not admitting Africans into the restaurant after 5 p.m. And when they arrived, all hell broke loose. The rowdy youth forced themselves into the premises, and when they got in, they immediately started destroying property, some seeing it as an opportunity to loot whatever they could get their hands on. The charges, but is still being detained at the Langata Women's Prison. The Director of Public Prosecutions objected to her release on bail on the grounds that she was a foreigner and had refused to disclose details of her immigration status. Earlier this week, Nairobi Governor Dr. Evans Kidero ordered the restaurant to be shut down over defective licensing. It is an issue that has sparked quite a debate among Kenyans, with many questioning how such an establishment has been operating without the government's knowledge. The restaurant's management, however, maintains that their policy was necessary following a robbery in 2013. Fatma Pole, KT.
So they have it where you see young people, they destroy, they loot it, they take everything out. You see they have in sink, because the sink, everything was taken out and damaged the restaurant from this. But this is not the first time this happened. We are in Jamaica. Honestly, we had some Chinese developers came to Jamaica. They built an hotel. And after the hotel was built and finished and they're accepting guests, they tell black people, Jamaicans, they're not allowed on the property. They cannot come stay in a room. They're not allowed there. You have to be only Europeans are allowed to come on the property and Chinese. And what did the Jamaican citizen did? They burn it to the ground, flat to the ground. You will never hear them say that again in Jamaica, though. So I approve of what they did by destroying the restaurant because it deserves to be destroyed because you are serving black people, you are using black workers black Kenyans to serve the people them, but you're telling them they cannot, even they themselves cannot come in there after 5 p.m. That's ridiculous. And the owner, it gets even worse. The owner was locked up. Here's a video of her. Take a look.
The restaurant's manager, Ms. Zhao Yang, was on Thursday charged before a criminal court in Nairobi with being in the country illegally and operating a business without a permit. Yang.
Oh, that's Miss Zhao Yang, and she was arrested, and she was not let out on bail because she's a foreign national. She can jump up and run away. So they hold her in prison to answer her crimes. It's a crime to discriminate. It's in the constitution to discriminate in Kenya. But what the news did not say, I saw it in another video, but I didn't get a chance to upload it to you. But I'll just tell you what it said. Someone was paid thousands, I think 210,000 Kenyan shillings, to look the other way. Why? Because number one, she's illegally in the country. Number two, she don't have a license for the restaurant to open. So how can a restaurant operate in Kenya without a license? That's mean they're not paying taxes. But they can hire people and they're not paying the people and putting them on a payroll so they can pay taxes as well. So whichever politician accepted this money from these business people and grant them the okay to go ahead to go and open this restaurant without a license, deserve to be locked up as well. Not only the Chinese business person must be locked up. The politician who accepted the money and give them to go ahead to open a restaurant without a license, without being registered. So they could be serving anything in there. There's no inspection to know what they're cooking and serving. But you get to go to the restaurant and eat for free, and you get to visit the restaurant anytime you want at night. While your own citizens, the people who put you in power to serve and protect them, you actually protect the foreigners and give your citizens the shot under the stick. And then you deserve to be locked up under the position. And also, I also blame the workers for it to go on for this long. 4 years. This has been going on. How is that possible? No black person on this planet cannot go into China and open a business just like that. Not even, and imagine without a license and in the country legally. Oh man, when the Chinese catch you, you're gonna get some prison time. You never see the sunlight again as long as I live. But yet they come into Africa and doing this. And this is not the first time, not the second time, not the third time. This has been happening continuously. I'm not blaming the entire Chinese. I'm blaming the ones who are opening business in Africa and causing this bad publicity for the Chinese government. Because what? They are paying off people. And this is what I'm telling you. You cannot just simply blame someone for doing things in the country. For something happening in the country, someone has to be blamed because, and I don't blame the Chinese, I blame the politician who is accepting bribes, big money to support his own people. These people need to be locked up. This is ridiculous. We need to get this thing on the wrap because you cannot have security guards blocking black people from going to a business. You cannot have black workers telling black people they cannot come into the business. Those people you shouldn't be working there in the first place. Why are you working into a business where they don't like you? For 4 years. This is unbelievably stupid on their part to be working somewhere for 4 years. I don't care. Oh, you need a job. This should not happen. And without a license. So they could be serving anything there because there's no inspection being done. There's no taxes being paid on them, but they want to kill the poor Kenyan citizens to paying taxes while you have these people getting away scot-free without paying taxes. Nothing is being paid because of it's illegal business, it's not registered, so they cannot pay tax. But yet you have politicians who go in there to eat. It wasn't a secret. And this is what President Ruto must be looking into and taking care of instead of going to Haiti, sending troops in Haiti to help the Americans. I don't understand it. Fix your country first. Make sure things like this does not happen and does not repeat itself. All businesses must be licensed and registered. All, especially foreigners who come into the country. Anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comment section as always. I don't know. Tell a friend, like, comment, share, subscribe. Boom.